Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today our group will present about our assignment.
Presentation consists of three main points, which is, for the first one, difference between written examinations for valuer and written examination for estate agent. Second point is difference between the practice of valuations firm and practices of estate agent firms. And the last main point is difference between tests of professional competence (TPC) for valuers and estate agents. My name is Afizah Asyikin binti Rahman, and I was appointed to be a leader for this group.
My name is Nurul Atikah binti Asri, and I am second member for this group.
My name is Norfarzana Bt Ibrahim, and I'm the third member of this group.
Difference between written examination for valuer and written examination for estate agents. Introduction.
Valuer. A valuer is a professional who carries out inspections in order to determine the current market value of properties and land.
Written examination.
For a written examination for valuer, it was set by the boards and shall include a first examination, an intermediate examination, and a final or a direct examinations, and a test professional competence. And only for the first intermediate and final or direct examinations conduct in a written examination, the candidate has to pass all the subjects in each examination, pass in or not more than 3 attempts within 3 years periods. And for the intermediate examinations, the candidate has to pass the examinations in or not more than 3 attempts within 4 years periods. And for the last examination, which is final examination or the direct final examinations, the candidate shall pass in or not more than 5 attempts and within the periods of 5 years. Estate agent. Estate seller can specialize inside a precise property market such as industrial or residential actual estate. The job of a property agent consists of factors of marketing, income, and administration.
Written examination.
As for written examination for estate agents, there are procedures to acquiring an estate agent's authority to practice, which is divided into 3 parts, which is Part 1, Part 2, and a test of professional competence. Part 1 is an examinations, and also Part 2 also the examinations, and for the last part, test of professional competence. Part 1, the candidate shall pass in or not more than 3 attempts within 3 years period. And for Part 2, the candidate shall pass in or not more than 3 attempts but within the periods of 4 years. And the candidate actually have to pass all the tests of examinations to get the authority to practice as a estate agent and becoming a registered estate agent.
Good quote. When the student is ready, the master appear.
My name is Nurul Atikah binti Asri. I want to present about difference between the practice of valuation firm and practice of estate agent firm. For the first one is registered by the board. For the valuation, solely registered valuer or a combination of registered valuer, registered appraiser, registered estate agent and registered property manager, or a combination of registered valuer and any other person or body corporate. Meanwhile, for the estate agent, solely registered agent or a combination of registered estate agent, registered valuer, registered appraiser and registered property manager, or a combination of registered estate agent and any other person or body corporate. For the second one is scope of work. For the valuation of all lands and building and all interest terrain including trees, scrub, furniture, fixtures, trade, stock, plant, machinery, equipment and other effects. Meanwhile, for the estate agent, commission fees, reward or other consideration in respect of any sale or other disposal of land and any interest terrain or any purchase or other acquisition of land and building and of any interest terrain. The next one is shareholders. For the valuation, in the case of the valuation practiced by a majority of valuer who hold the majority interest and the voting right. And then for the estate agent, for estate agent practiced by a majority of estate agent who hold the majority interest and voting right. For the last one is restriction. For the valuation practice or carry on business or take up employment under any name, style or title containing the words valuer, appraiser, land economist, property consultant. Meanwhile, for the estate agency is practice or to carry on business or take up employment under any name, style or title containing the words land agent, house agent, property agent, agency consultant.
Next, I will proceed with the third point, which is difference between tests of professional competence or also known as TPC for valuers and estate agents. For the first one is format of the TPC. For TPC of valuer, it consists minimum 2 continuous years approved professional experience in Malaysia except for those who have degree or diploma from overseas or pass strict general practice examination overseas and have minimum 2 years supervised practical experience, then it is reduced to 1 year. Meanwhile, for TPC of estate agents, it consists minimum 2 continuous practical training in Malaysia under the supervision of REA. The second one is exemptions. For TPC of valuers, the exemptions will be given to those candidates who have passed the test of professional competence from professional institutions that has been recognized by the board. Meanwhile, for the TPC of estate agents, the exemptions will be given to those who are registered valuers and members of the Institution of Surveyors Malaysia, which is property consultancy and valuation or general practice. Next, professional interviews. The result of the TPC for valuers will be notified and announced to the candidates within 45 days of the interview. Meanwhile, the results of the TPC for estate agents will be notified to the candidates within 30 days of the interview. Moreover, practical tasks. There are differences in completing and submitting the task, which is for candidates of TPC for valuers, the written submission of each task should be more than 4,000 words in length. Meanwhile, for candidates of TPC for estate agents, the written submission of each task should be not less than 2,000 words and not more than 4,000 words. Last but not least, period of submission that required during the procedure of applying TPC. For TPC of valuers, submission must be submitted at least 45 days before the specific dates of interview. For TPC of estate agent, submission must be submitted at least 1 month before the date of interview. That's all from us. Thank you.